everyone, my name is Azalea and I'm the branch manager at the Skyline Hills Branch Library. Today I'm hosting Cooking Around the World and I'll be showing you how to make Lumpia Shanghai, which is a type of Filipino egg roll that we often eat during parties and celebrations. Although Filipino cuisine is influenced by China, Spain, Mexico, and the US, the food in the Philippines actually varies region by region from all the way to Ilocos to Mindanao. Like for instance, where my family's from, Ilocos, we're known for using lots of fresh veggies in our dishes because of the fertile farmland, whereas in a region like Bicol, they're known for chilies and spicy foods. So next, I'm going to be taking you home to my kitchen where I'm going to show you how to make Lumpia Shanghai. If you like Southeast Asian food, you're going to love this dish. I got the recipe from one of my favorite cookbooks of all time, The Adobo Road by Marvin Gopultos. When I first started making Filipino food, I was really intimidated just because I wasn't sure if it would be, if it could stand up to my mom's food. But I thought that this cookbook, it provided a really friendly and welcoming introduction to making this food. And let's get started. First, let's prepare the filling. Let's add the ground pork, minced shrimp, grated carrots, minced ginger and garlic, sliced green onions, whisked egg, a tablespoon or two of soy sauce, and a tablespoon of oyster sauce to our mixing bowl. Finally, sprinkle some freshly ground pepper. Mix all the ingredients until the filling is combined. I'm going to add even more ground pepper, just to my taste. For this next step, we're going to focus on the lumpia wrappers. There are several different ways you can go about this step. I'm going to cut my wrappers diagonally and fill my lumpia Shanghai similar to the YouTube video called Lumpia Recipe Filipino Food by YouTubers Nick and Ray. You can also just leave the wrappers as is or cut them in half horizontally like Marvin Gopultos does in the Adobo Road. He provides a lot of pictures, which is really helpful. This is all a matter of preference. You can ask yourself, how do you want your lumpia to look? And how much filling do you want inside? After cutting my wrappers in half, I'm going to separate 5 wrappers to start and put the remaining wrappers on a plate under a wet paper towel to keep the wrappers from drying out. Next, I'm going to set up my wrapper triangle so that they are overlapping. It should look like a Christmas tree. Next, now that all 5 wrappers have some filling, I'm going to grab the corners of each of the ends of the triangle so that they meet and roll the lumpia up, similar to a burrito. You'll notice that I forgot to seal the first lumpia with water, but make sure you dip your fingers in the water and touch the edges as you roll the lumpia up so that the wrapper closes. Also, apparently I thought lumpia wrapping was a big Filipino secret, so I accidentally blocked this part from view. But you should be able to catch some of the lumpia wrapping technique in the last lumpia roll. And you'll want to repeat wrapping up all your lumpia until you have used up all your filling. With the ratio of filling to wrapper that I was using, I ended up having more wrappers than I needed. So if you do decide to do the same exact technique, then you'll just want to double up your filling. And it's always nice to have some extra wrappers just in case you ever want to have a lumpia party by yourself or with other people. And then here's a plate of the finished product. I like freezing my lumpia so that I can enjoy it anytime I want in the future. I transferred my finished lumpia to a baking tray and I put a saran wrap over the second little layer of lumpia. You want to make sure to put enough space between your lumpia so that they don't stick together while they're freezing. Next, you want to put your lumpia tray in the freezer and let them freeze for about 4 to 6 hours. You can touch the lumpia just to see if it's totally frozen. After your lumpia are completely frozen, put the lumpia in a freezer gallon bag for later. So now we're going to fry up our lumpia Shanghai. And so what I have here is a Dutch oven. I put about 1/2 inch of vegetable oil and I started heating it up to now it's heating up at high heat. And basically you're looking for it to get to around 350 degrees. I just use my hand to see how hot it is. And then you also just want to set up a little station so you can dry the lumpia since it'll be so oily. You can get like a paper or a plate with paper towels lined on top, or I just have this baking sheet with the wire rack. And you want to take your lumpia straight from the freezer. And I'm just going to see how much we put in here. You want to fry them until they get a deep golden brown. I'm going to do about 4 since my lumpia are so big. And estimate, just because I put so much filling in there, that it could take around like maybe potentially 12 minutes, 10-12 minutes. If you make the lumpia like Marvin Gabultos does in Adobo Road, since his are smaller, his just take about 6 minutes, which is nice. And then I'm just going to keep turning them over while they're cooking. One thing I want to mention is you never want to thaw your lumpia, just because if you do, they're just going to get soggy and gross, and they're not going to, you're not going to get the results that you want. And then so since my Dutch oven's full, I'm just going to put it back in the freezer. Another thing I want to mention is you can also bake them if you don't want to deep fry them. You just want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees, and you can take like a oil spray and just spray both sides, and you can bake them for about 20 minutes and like flip them over and halfway, and you're just kind of looking for that golden brown color again. So we've just fried up the last of our lumpia. Turn this guy off. They'll have this kind of like nice golden brown color. I can tell I cut one open just so I can make sure that it was definitely done. Now, all that's left is you just want to pour some sweet chili sauce. And I'm going to take one of these guys. And let's see how it goes. Super good. But I need some rice. And hopefully you can share this with other people. If you do transport this, you just want to make sure that you don't cover it, just so it doesn't get soggy. Yeah, I hope you'll enjoy and make your own lumpia Shanghai at home.